Coach's Corner is brought to you by Carillion Clinic Sports Medicine, getting you back in the game. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Carillion Clinic Coach's Corner. He's Dan Bremner, I'm Brian Gardner, and Dan, 4 to 6 points this weekend on the road, big standings points at this time of year. What'd you think after those 3 games?
4 to 6 points is huge this time of year, especially the situation we're in. So we take the points. We as a group feel like we could have gotten more out of it for sure. But the feeling after the weekend is actually pretty good. We had a lot of new bodies in. Some were very impressive. Some did a pretty good job. The guys that we needed to have big weekends showed up and had big weekends.
And no quit in the team, especially I think Saturday's game showed that. You were down 2 goals at 3 different times, including late in the second period of that one. Then late in the third, Jeff Jones, shorthanded, ties the game. And kind of good to get play like that going down the stretch here into the postseason, right?
For sure. There's no question that all our guys right now are bought in and they're working hard, facing those 2-goal deficits. We got 2 shorthanded goals that game to kind of claw our way back into a situation to get a point. I feel like we stole a point out of that game for sure. And like I said, I think it's a bought-in mentality, starting with that core that have been here all year, and the new guys jumping on the bandwagon too.
On Sunday, of course, so disappointing to come away with only one when you did lead the game late 2-1 in Peoria. But on the positive side of things, I know you've been talking about needing that playoff mentality really all year long, especially with the slow start that you guys had. But 3rd game in 3 nights against the first place team in the league, and you come out just playing incredibly hard and good hockey really for the full 65 minutes.
Yeah, and actually it was 3 games in 48 hours. By the time we were done our 3rd game, we had just started 2 days earlier our first game. So pretty crazy schedule. Obviously they faced that as well. But yeah, the effort was there for sure. I think we played actually a much better game Sunday than we did Saturday. Our mentality was to shut down Quad, and I think on Saturday we got into a little bit of run and gun with them. We adjusted it, we talked about it, and going into Sunday we did a really good job shutting down Peoria. We had a couple step on the throat moments that we really have to find a way to get. The empty netter close to the end there obviously ices that game and gives us the 2 points. And then late, that goal that tied it, we were doing everything we wanted to. We had a body on the shooter. We had a body fronting their big guys out front. When if you try to move those guys and you can't move them, you're just another screen. So we actually tried to get in front of them. And we had the bodies where we wanted, and it was a seeing eye puck that went through about 3 sets of legs, and we just need a block in that situation, but it squeaked through.
Nate O'Brien got an A right before the first game on Friday, wearing an A as an alternate captain. What went into that decision?
It's a no-brainer. That guy is the single best locker room guy I've ever seen. He shows up every single game and makes a contribution every game. I've never seen a guy so proud to get a letter and a room so happy to see a guy get a letter. It was a great feel through the room, through the locker room all weekend long.
Finally, 2 more really big games coming up this weekend on the road, and then 3 more big ones at home after that. Birmingham first, then Quad City. Biggest time of the year right now?
Absolutely. The next 5 games, and we've already talked about it and we'll continue to talk about it, basically, fate is kind of in our hands in the next 5 games. We come out and do the job that we have to. We can essentially stamp our own ticket into the playoffs. That being said, too, it's got to be focused, because on the other hand, we don't show up and are unprepared to do our jobs, and we can be on the other end of that.
Can't wait for it, Dan. Thanks for joining us. Carillion Clinic Coach's Corner.
Thanks, Brian.